Hey people, it's me again. So, anyways, I guess I'm gonna probably throw in my 2 cents of the matter when it comes to this sort of story because a lot of people have been hearing about that, whether it was from Clownfish TV or Mudahar, but in a way, I don't really want to spill too much tea about this sort of situation here. No pun intended. So, anyways, when it comes to the T app, as far as that goes, it was one of those little things where um, it had like a legitimate cause here, just to have an app that's a safe space for women, for that matter, you know, when it comes to like warning women about certain straight guys, for that matter. Of course, for the record, I'm just gay, so I don't really have a dog in that fight, anyways. So, considering all of that, when it came to this sort of thing, is that it has that potential to be abused to the nth degree, and especially coming from like what happened with like Me Too of that sort. You know what I mean? So, considering all that, it's just one of those real weird things here, was just that how not to build an app was one thing, and so basically the whole database of that app, the users have been leaked, and so in some ways it was kind of like the women that you would expect to use that kind of app in the first place, but it's just the whole stereotypical lakebeard, femcel, not like other girls type of a woman that would use that type of app. So it's just really strange when you think about that sort of stuff here. So, considering all that, it's just that when it came to that, I think I just have a lot to say, but it's just that I just can't get all the words out, as far as this. But considering how, for one, the app was poorly made, what I heard from a lot of people there. And then, two, of course, when it came to the intent, was just a noble intent. But, the potentiality to get it abused was another thing. But here, it wasn't really like the first kind of platform on the internet that was like that. I remember there was a website that was called Don't Date Him Girl. I think that's what it's called. And it was made around, I think it was just like sometime around like the end of 05, start of 06. I'm trying to remember here. And it was just like that, So considering all of that, there was a lot of other places that were like that, whether if it was on You know, Reddit was another thing. You know, I mean, certainly there's like a subreddit where women could do this sort of thing there, but I don't know. But it was just one of the very obscure subreddits that don't really get a whole lot of traffic these days of that sort, but you know. But in a way, I think when it comes to all that, you know, it's just something like to be wary of what you say and what you do on the internet. But that is just something that needs to be, you know, reiterated many times over as far as that goes. You know, coming from somebody like me who has been on the internet for a couple of decades anyways, you know, way even back when it was just dial-up and back in the day when it was just very few people were on the internet, you know, 30 years ago, or even 35 years ago, back when it was just a luxury and now it's just a commodity of that sort, you know. So, anyways, I've been making like a couple of like these recordings about the matter, but still, I guess that's part of it. So, anyways, talk to you guys later.